Hey everyone. I think my camera just killed itself. Okay, whatever background video I was using before seems to have crashed Elgato. So you can enjoy this Minecraft parkour speedrun in the background while I talk about music. This video's off to a terrible start. I wanted to go through how I made a remix that is not released because I tend, apparently, not to release anything. I wanted to go through the process on how I developed the remix. At the end of the day, it actually wasn't that much work. It all depends on your source material, what song you're gonna make the remix off of. I already had something in mind. I wanted to make something like the song Pedro by Jaxomy, which went pretty viral like half a year ago. So the song Pedro started with an original older song, and it sped it up a little bit, took the vocals and spliced up some of the instrumentals, and then made it to a techno club banger type song. And it's really good. So I wanted to make something similar to that. I was digging around and I wanted to find a song that wasn't all that known and likely didn't have a remix already out there. So I used this really cool site called samplet.io, and you can actually put in some parameters. So you can put in the tempo, the year, the genre, stuff like that. And so I put in at least probably like 120 BPM to like 150 BPM or something like that. I didn't care about the key, but I wanted it to be somewhat disco-y and something that could be sped up a little bit and that you could put some thumpy drums underneath it with a big bass, and it would work really well. I dug around for quite some time in this, and it just randomizes what songs show up. And so I just kept randomizing until I came across this song, Dance the Night Away. And this is what it sounds like. Let me get to the vocal so you can hear that. That's the gist of the song. I isolated the vocals and the instrumental from that song, and I put it into Ableton. And I put the track at 150 BPM. I think the first step I did, it's been some time since I actually worked on this, but I think the first thing I did was to find a kick. So I wanted something super thumpy. Sometimes in like house music, the kick is prominent, but not necessarily like some of the high end is cut out. But this one, you want it to be very present in the song. And so this is what it sounds like. So the bass line is very simple, and it's based on the key that the song is in. So this is what the bass sounds like with the kick. So already like pretty groovy, a lot of energy, it's moving. I think I have, yeah, there's a lot of processing. There's a side chain on both. This must be the lower, the sub-ear bass, and this is a little bit of the higher frequencies. So you have that as like the bass line. The heart of the song is the source material, like I said before. The vocals themselves, and then to an extent, it's the instrumentals, or at least that's how I built it. The vocals here, sometimes when you remove vocals from a song, it misses some of the depth because it can only be separated. The vocals can only be separated from the instrumentals to a certain degree. So it misses some of like the deeper frequencies. So I must have layered it here to kind of add some of that depth back in. It's 12 a.m. The lights are getting dim. It doesn't sound like great, but when you put it over with the original instrumental, so it's actually just playing like what the song originally sounded like. It just the instrumental and the vocals I had separated, but I'm playing both at the same time. So this is what it sounds like. It's 12 a.m. The lights are getting dim. Yeah, and there's little elements I've added in here, like a crash with a delay, a couple like sweeps. Yeah, and so actually the intro to the song is fairly unexciting. It's very much similar to what the original song is, just sped up with some risers and stuff. For the drums, besides the kick, you have these open hats. And then it looks like I added in some claps as well and a little ride rhythm, at least in the second drop or in the second part of the chorus. So it sounds like this put together. And then for the drop, you have these elements right here that I've added in, and it's just the instrumental chopped a little bit. And then there's one other element, which is this one. So those are just little pieces of ear candy that kind of add a little more flavor and make the drop a little more exciting than just like kick, bass, vocals. Another thing I did with the vocals, which I should have said, sooner was to actually put some sidechain on them once it hit the drop, but don't have the sidechain on during like the break and the verses and stuff, because you want it to have a little more movement and rhythm once it drops with all the other elements coming in. You don't want it to sound muddy. Let's start it like right here, and you'll see what it sounds like. Started watching the parkour in the background. That's how I made the song.